how do you judge it at this early point when obviously both of them are learning a new system?
Yeah, that's the key. They have to learn the system first, and then they have to go out here and participate in practice and produce and make the right reads and throws. And it's going to be a process. This is just the very, very beginning. We're installing plays for the first time for the group. We started a couple weeks ago, but now we're actually going out and be able to practice them against the defense for the first time, which is a whole nother step. So it's just a long process, and I think they both handled it well today. And hopefully they'll do better tomorrow and the next day and so on and so forth. And I'm sure it'll be a good, lengthy competition with great players going at it.
Back to Ruben for a second. What's the level of concern right now? I mean, when you see a player carted off, it typically is not good news.
Yeah, when you see, especially Ruben's type of player that he is, the energy that he brings, he wouldn't be laying down unless something was wrong. But hopefully it was, hopefully we'll hope for the best right now until we get the results. But very concerning for sure. He's, yeah. So I'll just have to wait and see before I get too emotional about it.
Jay, with a rookie and a veteran like Haskins and Case Keenum, how do you grade their progress? Is it the same scale, or do you have to look at them kind of in different situations?
Well, I think we have to grade it based on production out here every day. Every day is a new grade, and every day see how they're developing, see how they're getting better, see if they're making the same mistakes over and over. See, but it's a process. This is the first time Dwayne's had a chance to call plays in a live huddle and go after a live defense, and it's the first time Case has had a chance to do that with the Redskin terminology. So we don't expect perfection on day one, but we do expect the guys to know what they're doing when we go out on the practice field, execute, and then continue to get better each and every day. So somebody's going to rise, I would think. The cream always rises to the top, and we're hoping that's the case.
With the misdemeanor assault charges against Monte Nicholson dropped now, is he totally in the clear? We haven't heard anything about the NFL, or I mean, is he?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything, so I think that's another thing. We just have to wait and see what happens with the league. From all I know is they were dropped, and hopefully Monte will be a part of this team.
Can we do just an injury update? Quentin Dunbar, is he running now?
Quentin's running. He's doing very, very well. We're just being very cautious right now. He had that nerve. We want to make sure that thing is strengthened, and he's running full speed. He feels good, but still we just want to make sure we take the precautionary route to make sure he is 100% before we let him go.
Landon Collins?
Landon Collins still rehabbing. We expect him back for training camp.
Richardson, same thing?
Richardson could be back a little bit sooner than that, but, we'll probably err on the side of training camp with him.
And then last one from me, Colt.
Same.
Thank you.
Where's Darius Geis in terms of his rehabilitation?
Darius coming along very well. We're just trying to make sure that leg, the quad and everything has full strength before we let him go. And that'll probably be another thing that you probably wait till training camp as well.
What have you seen from Case being able to help with Dwayne? Is he sort of mentoring him, or is it more, everyone staying in their own lane kind of thing?
I think he's more worried about himself right now because he's got a lot to learn himself, and he's going through this process for the first time as well. It's not like he's been here for 10 years. Everybody talks about Alex when he mentored Mahomes over there. Well, Alex has been in the system. He'd been playing for a while. It was a little bit easier. But now that Case is here for the first time, he's got a lot to learn, and we're teaching them both equally like they're new guys learning a new offense.
Jay, how would you characterize how excited you were to see Reuben Foster on the field and how much you were counting on him fitting in?
Yeah, very excited. I think very excited. I love the energy he brings to this football team. Obviously, he's been through a lot as a young football player off the field and on the field. But I just very disappointed what happened. His first rep as a Redskin, he runs through a gap and gets injured. So we'll just hope for the best right now, but I was excited to see him for sure.
Can you share at all what the conversation was like between you, he, Bruce, looked like he was over there, Greg, that moment where he's on the ground, clearly emotional?
Well, he's devastated. He was obviously very guarded right now. He felt something happen in his leg. We don't know what it is yet. Hopefully it's, like I said, we got to get all the tests back, but he's very upset about it. There's not a lot of talk going on. He was pretty hurt.
Did you get the sense that it was physical pain, or did he know that something serious happened? It was more of an emotional reaction?
Probably a little bit of both. I think a lot of times when you have an injury like that to the lower part of your leg, you might feel something. You probably think the worst a lot of times, but sometimes you get good news. That's happened before, so hopefully that'll be the case now.
Jay, along the lines of Barry's question, you all have put so much time and effort into trying to figure out what causes these injuries over the last few years, and you've put a lot of time into Ruben as well. And to have those things kind of come together in one potentially devastating moment, and you're not even really in pads yet working out, I mean, how do you kind of process that?
I don't know. It's a third play. It's a jog through type, tempo type play. It's just we're working on nakeds and keepers, faking the outside zone and running a keeper, and Ruben just ran through, just kind of 3/4 speed, landed on a foot and got his knee tangled up. I don't know how to process it really. We've had some bad luck over here for the last couple of years, but this one here takes the cake because this was a non-contact drill and there was really no contact involved in it. He just landed funny. So, but we have to move on. We have to get guys ready to play that are here. We have to do the best we can to get Ruben healthy again and move on. We can't stop practice and not practice because of these injuries. We still have to practice, evaluate our players, and work on our crafts. In order to do that, we have to do some of these drills. So I wish I had the answer for you. You know, sometimes I wish we do just all walkthroughs and then go play on Sundays, but we got to practice.
How does this wind up affecting you at linebacker? Obviously, Mason and Sean Dion both have played Mike and Mo, so how do you kind of proceed forward from there?
Yeah, we move forward. I think we've had a history of having to do that at all positions, really. And, you know, like I said, we'll wait till we get the final word, but we do have a lot of depth at every position right now. And linebacker's no different. We drafted Cole. We have Mason, you know, and obviously Sean Dion. Josh Harvey Clemens doing a fine job in there. So we have some bodies in here that we feel pretty good about.
And then circling back to Monte, his absence today, I know it's voluntary, but was that something you expected or had talked to him about, or were you surprised that he wasn't out there?
You know what? I'm not really surprised about, you know, Monte's, they all, you know, Josh, Monte, Trent, it's voluntary. You know, coaches are put in a unique situation here where you want everybody to be here, but it's voluntary based on a CBA, so there's really no reaction that we can have other than coach the guys that are here the best way we can and get them ready. You know, we told them today this is for your benefit, not ours. You know, we're trying to get you better. But some players who choose not to be here, that's their own choice. They feel like they're getting better with their own trainers in their own way, which is understandable. So we just coach the guys that are here.
And just specifically for Monte, that was a choice. It wasn't an injury related or anything like that?
Correct.
Okay.
Jimmy got the first pick of the day today. Figured it would have been him. He's got great ball skills and he's got great confidence about him. I told him this is his type of day, you know, non-contact day, Jimmy, because he's a smaller type guy. You know? So I knew he was going to shine today. I said, just wait, Jimmy, just wait. No, but he's a great competitor. I love the energy that he brings. He's a great competitor, and I think when the pads do come on for real, I think he'll be right there in the mix with everybody. Jonathan
at 2:15, folks. 2:15. 2:15, Jonathan out.
Yeah, it's been fine. Yeah, you know.